Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. Let's jump into the charts. I am going to start. I want to find the right chart. This one. This really is the bigger picture that we've been discussing now for over 2 weeks. Having settled below this descending flag, this 2-month channel top at 845.36 did set up 1170.30 as a 2 to 3 month target. We're a couple of weeks into that, and that is our anticipation. On the way up, we also have 10, 12, 12, and now really a 1 month, 4-week channel top that can contain weekly buying pressures on the way. We could trade inside of this structure for several weeks. We could fall off from here, back to channel support, etc., etc. But it would be a settlement above 10, 12, 12 in the coming week or two. And I don't expect to see that today, of course, but we could, over the next week or two, test 10, 12, 12. And it can contain weekly buying pressures, and if settled above, should maintain an accelerated, and I want to say increasingly vertical move to 1170.30, our 2 to 3 month objective, then likely within 3 to 5 weeks, where we could actually top out through the third quarter of this year as we enter the heated election season. So let's take a look at the downside. I've got a lot of minor points here that I don't have any, I'm not comfortable with any. They're all carefully chosen, but none of them I think have real clear pivot point qualities. I mean, of course, we have the move high that was put out in July. Do I even show that here? Yes, at 974 even, and that can contain daily buying pressures. And on the way down, we have meaningful support now, 2 channel structures between 898.69 and 911.83. And so inside of that, we do have carefully chosen minor points, 58.18, 47.40, 32.01, and 22.20, all of which can contain intraday activity. I'm talking to aggressive day traders. But in terms of the trade that may play out into later week or through next week, that would be buying 898.69 to 911.83, this area, this range narrowing and rising ever so gradually, able to absorb selling through next week, and once tested, some variation of that channel top that I showed earlier at 10, 12, 12, then in reach within 2 to 3 weeks. So if you're talking a 2 to 3 week swing trade time frame, it is buying 898.69 to 911.83. You could scale into a long position here, and once you've got that long position, you're then holding out for channel resistance or some form of this channel. It would be a little different, quite frankly, than what you're seeing here at 10, 12, 12, because we would need to violate the trend line that it's based on. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds here, but it would be a softer angled rising channel top, but it would be essentially the same channel top, 10, 12, 12 in reach within 2 to 3 weeks of testing the 898.69 to 911.83 region. So that is sort of the ping pong you can trade, the 2 to 3 week time frame, buying 898.69, 911.83, and holding out for rising channel resistance at 10, 12, 12, where profits can be taken, and for you aggressive traders, a short sale set as we could then fall back to channel support. That channel support at that time I will provide you at that time, and then you could anticipate that. So accordingly, closing above 10, 12, 12, once again, I see no good reason to play the short side in NVIDIA as we move into June trade, 1170.30 in reach them within 3 to 5 weeks. In fact, I don't see a good reason to be short NVIDIA now anyway. I'm talking kind of the bigger picture above 845.36. Now, there's nothing to say that we won't fall back to 845.36. I'm not expecting it. I would expect a test of 845.36, at least this formation, if over the coming days we were to close below 898.69. And I've already said how there is a rising 2/3 speed line coming up right now, just below 845.36, that I will begin to include if we fall away a little bit more than where we are right now. But with speed line analysis, you're reconstructing the speed line every single time you put out a new high. And all we have to do is take out last week's, I think that's 958.18 high from last Thursday. All we have to do is push through that, and we have to reconstruct our rising 1/3 and 2/3 speed lines. This is a long way for me to say that if we were to close in the coming days below 898.69, you 3 to 5 day out to the 1 to 2 week swing traders should not be long. In fact, you can consider playing the short side, especially the 3 to 5 day swing traders, because I think that would be all it would take, about 3 to 5 days, if we were to close below 898.69, that we could then once again test 845.36, and that is still a significant support area that can absorb selling through June, and above which 1170.30 remains a 2 to 3 month target. And as I've been saying, if we were to fall back to this zone, there is a new rising 2/3 speed line that will be combined as a range that I've yet to commit to just at this point in time. So I guess really what I'm trying to say here is only if we were to close below this range of support that begins at 845.36 would I expect another 2 to 3 week sell-off. But I'm not going there right now. I think I've covered it all. I'm asking myself, let me say one more thing. I think there's one more thing that I've not said, and that is to say, and I don't see this today, but it is certainly possible. We've certainly had days like this over the last 3 or 4 months, that if we were to close today above 974 even, and it is considered an eventuality, if we were to close today above 974 even, 10, 12, 12 is then likely within a matter, as you can see here, within a matter of 1 to 3 days or so. So that is an upward pivot point into later week. Now this 946.30, I regret kind of showing you this chart right now because I've eliminated it. It was the previous high settlement price. We did close just above it on Monday. I'm now skewing more toward 947.40, which was Friday's high, the high of that pullback low, but just a minor point, not really a pivot point here. And I would rather you just sort of eliminate from your mind 946.30. I'm talking you do aggressive day traders. Is there anything else to say? I don't think so. I'm going to leave you with this chart here. I think actually, no, I'm going to leave you with this chart. Yeah, that is the chart that I'm going to leave you with. That's it. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back tomorrow with Wednesday's NVIDIA report, and you have a great day.